this is Samantha here from RecipeThis.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I wanted to show you just how easy it is to cook homemade chicken nuggets in the air fryer. Well, before we dive into this recipe, I just wanted to suggest that you head over to RecipeThis.com. We've got more than 1,200 kitchen gadget recipes, including recipes for the air fryer, instant pot, slow cooker, soup maker, bread maker, microwave, Ninja Foodie, and many others. We also have a free weekly newsletter, which you can find on the homepage of RecipeThis.com, or you can find it on RecipeThis.com/newsletter. And there you can get our best kitchen gadget recipes sent to your inbox every Friday morning. So you think chicken nuggets in the air fryer, and you're probably bombarded with recipes for air fryer frozen chicken nuggets, which we confess to, we have a YouTube video for the frozen, as well as the recipe and free printable recipe card on Recipe This. But it's also lovely to make your own homemade chicken nuggets in the air fryer, and it's incredibly easy. And the reason we did them is because we were breading lots of other food, and we had a couple of large chicken breasts left over because you're breading loads and you end up with slightly too much, and we had some leftover mixtures from other things, and we thought, oh, it's perfect for just making some last minute homemade chicken nuggets in the air fryer. And that's what's actually ended up happening today. We've had a few days where we've been filming new breaded air fry recipes, and again we're sat here with 2 large chicken breasts left over, and we've already seasoned the flour and the egg and the breadcrumbs from an earlier recipe, and we're just going to throw it in and show you how to do chicken nuggets using this method, which of course is brilliant for leftovers. But if you've not followed our other recipes, then you probably won't know what we're adding in. So we added to the flour earlier some garlic granules and some poultry seasoning. So you can use a chicken, pork, or anything similar, and it'll work well with your flour. It's very important that you season your flour because otherwise you'll end up with a bland mixture. And we also added salt and pepper to the flour as well. Then to the egg mixture, we just added some salt and pepper. And then to the breadcrumbs, as you can see from that lovely colour that we have on them, we added salt, pepper, oregano and parsley, and we always use M&S for our seasonings. They're absolutely fantastic, and you can tell the quality of them. So that's basically what you actually need to make homemade chicken nuggets in the air fryer. Of course, you don't need huge chicken breasts like what we've got. It was just what we had left over in a pack. It's also great if you've got some small chicken fillets and you just need a way to use them up, because you're doing chicken nugget size. So, you know, you're not needing huge breasts if you don't want to. And my lovely husband, Dominic, is a chef. He's been a chef since 1993. He's absolutely fantastic at breading food in the air fryer. So I'm going to switch with him now so that he can show you how to bread food for the air fryer, or more specifically, these lovely homemade chicken nuggets. Right, so over to Dominic. As you can see, we've got 2 large chicken breasts there that he's going to chop up. And of course, you could just do 1 chicken breast as well, or just do half of one when you've got some leftover ones. Do also check out our video for unbreaded KFC chicken, you know, so think chicken tenders, and that's absolutely fantastic recipe, because what that does is that actually bypasses a lot of the ingredients. So you're using up your leftovers and you're covering the chicken in egg wash, and then you're adding your herbs to it, and it leaves a beautiful herbed chicken without the normal calories from the breadcrumbs. So that is absolutely delicious. So once you've cut your chicken into strips, you want to chop it into chunks. So just think of how chicken nuggets normally are when you're buying them frozen. Or you can go smaller or bigger, just depending on what you've got in. And there you have it. That's all your chicken chopped, ready for making chicken nuggets with. And then of course, give your hands a wash. because it's raw chicken we're talking about here and we know how dangerous it can be. And then you want to season them well with salt and pepper. It's nothing worse than bland tasting chicken. And then once you season them with salt and pepper, it's time to start the breading process. Again, another hand wash. It can drive you mad sometimes when you're cooking with chicken, how many times you have to wash your hands. Right, so once you've washed and dried your hands, chicken nuggets going into the flour. You can do a few at the same time because they're quite small, unlike when you were doing fried chicken. And then once they've been in the flour and you've tossed the excess off, it's time for them to go into your egg mixture. And then you're tossing them in the egg mixture so that they're absolutely everywhere, because then they're perfect for breading. And then into the breadcrumbs they go. And then make sure they're well drenched in the egg mixture, because if they're not, the breadcrumbs just don't stick to them and they come off during cooking. And then notice, did you notice the hand actions of Dominic there? Now, the chef trick is always to use your left hand to do the flour and egg and use your right hand to toss in the breadcrumbs, so that you're not constantly washing your hands and one hand getting sticky when it shouldn't. And then after a good toss in the breadcrumbs, each piece of chicken nugget is onto a plate ready for being air fried. And what is absolutely amazing here is that this can be done as make ahead. Let's say you promised your kids some chicken nuggets. Oh wow, Dominic, they look absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at the breadcrumbs on that. So let's say that you're having a kids' party or something and you want to make them ahead, and you know it's the morning, you've got loads to do. You can do this part of it in the morning and then place the plate into the fridge. It can be in there all day, and then when it comes time to make your chicken nuggets, you can just get out your air fryer basket and you're ready to go. It's just fantastic for that. And you know, if you do have leftovers in your bowls, then just look to see if you've got some other meat or fish hanging around that you can use up the remaining breading with, because it's just fantastic to use it all up and to create lots of different recipes with it. And of course, any of this can be placed in the freezer and then reheated in the air fryer. And don't forget to head over to recipethis.com and search for homemade nuggets, and you can find this full recipe there with a free printable recipe card that you can print off at home. Because sometimes when you're watching a video, it goes too fast and you're like, wait a minute, I missed one of the ingredients there, what was it? And it just gives you the full recipe. And it's also below in the video description as well for you. And wow, I can't believe how many he's got done just while I'm chatting to you. That's why, ladies, you marry a chef, you know, because they cook dinner so fast. And look, if you look, drenching the egg, and you can see from those bowls that even though we've nearly finished, we've still got loads of the egg and the flour and the breadcrumb mixture. It seems to stretch so far when you're making recipes for the air fryer. And then if you have a look there, Dominic's doing about 5 or 6 at once. And then you're not overcrowding the bowls, but it gives you a chance to get your production line moving pretty fast. And wow, oh, that is amazing, Dominic. So if you look there, that is a full plate of breaded chicken nuggets. I'll grab that from Dominic because he's got the eggy hand still, and you know that's too much to do in one batch in the air fryer, so we're going to do it in 2 batches. And the kids are just going to be so happy with some homemade chicken nuggets for them for when they come home from school tonight. So now it's time to cook those homemade chicken nuggets in the air fryer. It's just before school pick-up time, so we made ours earlier, and then they're going to be ready for when they come home. So we've made quite a big batch here of chicken nuggets, so we're going to have to do it in batches, so we won't be doing all these right now. but we'll be making a good start on them. And of course you can do smaller or you can do larger chicken nuggets, just depending on how you like them. The most important thing is that you must only do a single layer at once, because otherwise you won't end up with gorgeous breaded chicken nuggets. Instead you'll end up with a load of chicken that's stuck to each other. I find that 9 is normally a good amount, but I might be able to squeeze some more in. Let me just see. Of course, you might have a different sized air fry basket to us, so you might be able to fit more in, or maybe your air fry is smaller than ours. So if you look there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of chicken nuggets in there. And then this is our second batch that we'll be doing later. So then place the chicken nuggets in the air fryer unit, and then you're looking for a temperature of 180 Celsius. And that works out at 360 Fahrenheit, and then a cook time of 8 minutes, and then we can turn them and finish the cooking. And we beeped. So our chicken nuggets have now done 8 minutes, and now we're going to turn them, or you can just give the air fry basket a shake just to make sure that the chicken nuggets are not stuck. But look, that is not stuck whatsoever, and they're looking fantastic already. Wow, absolutely fantastic. Oh, and I love the colour on them. You can tell the homemade ones because of all the herbs that we put on them. And then back in they go. And now we're looking for another 4 minutes. Same temperature, 180 Celsius, 360 Fahrenheit. And then we can come back to them shortly. And we've beeped. Oh, so the kids will be so excited at the idea of homemade chicken nuggets. Our kids are 5 and 7, so the perfect age for them. Wow, look at those for perfect chicken nuggets in the air fryer. And note that, like I said, this is from leftovers. This is using up when you're in the middle of breading some chicken for other recipes, to use some chicken up like this. You could do the same thing with fish and do fish nuggets as well. It's totally up to you, and they're just so delicious. Well, the chicken nuggets have cooled down enough, and of course they can't be complete without some sort of sauce. So I've gone through my favourite and the hubby's favourite, which is saucy sauce. It's amazing, and it's ketchup and mayonnaise together. So let's try them, shall we? And they are absolutely brilliant. Lovely and crispy. Much healthier compared to the usual ones from takeaway, and your kids will absolutely love them for an easy, healthy dinner. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Recipe This family. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Pinterest. We also have a weekly newsletter at recipethis.com/newsletter, where we share with you our latest kitchen gadget recipes, what we're cooking in the Milner kitchen, and so much more. As well as this, we recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then whenever we have a new video, you will be the first to know. And if you want to know about all our future videos, then I recommend you hit the bell for instant notifications. But even better, we now have a podcast. It's called Magic with Gadgets. Simply search Magic with Gadgets on your favourite podcast player and you'll find us there.